don't be putting hands on me. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing.
Welcome back to Advocacy Alchemy with Professor Ross. Today we have a good one, guys. We're headed to Joliet, Illinois. It's the evening of September 16th, 2023. And a large group has gathered in a parking lot to celebrate Mexican Independence Day. Now this isn't a new one, but this is a good one. When loud music and tire burnouts catch the attention of local police, things take a turn. What begins as a cultural celebration soon becomes a confrontation between law enforcement and civilians. And in the middle of it all, someone gets tased. Today we'll explore the legal lines that get crossed in public gatherings, what the law says about resisting arrest, and how instinct, law, and perception all collide in a high-tension situation like this. With that, let's jump in.
I ain't do nothing. Go ahead, do it. I'll sue the fuck out of you. Go ahead.
Okay.
And you're watch out. Come on. Watch the fuck out, nigga. Damn.
What are you gonna do?
He ain't do nothing. Y'all don't got the right to do that shit. I know.
Hey,
I know.
you got your dash cam on? You got your dash cam on?
Send me more cars.
Stupid. Almost ran me over on some dumb shit too.
Stand in front of my car.
I wasn't standing in front of your car, you stupid bitch.
Joliet also sent me a couple toes. Sent them from the park.
Can you get on channel 1?
Take care, my boy.
For the parade.
Leaving.
Over channel 3 for heading over to Memorial Stadium on Jefferson.
I want that car. That's it, straight.
Go to Memorial Stadium, they need you next.
I interrupt. 6 corners.
Defense.
7142, I'll be around. Switch to 3.
That's fine. Play on, go ahead.
731, 33, 35.
33 and 35. You can have that way. 31's already on the scene. There's trainer.
Y'all keep it hanging out here.
We can? He said we can.
Hey,
We can.
Desiderio, where's your car?
Right over there.
We'll block this piece of shit in.
Block this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's this private property?
Hey, looks like it's so trick for your beach.
49, go ahead, show me around.
Gotta make sure.
Copy.
No, I don't care if y'all did. Excuse me, officer. I work for the park district. Well,
Yep.
What happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
Like, did somebody call about it?
Yes.
Who?
Our deputy chief.
Okay.
Why, are you guys allowing this?
Yes. I mean, they can be here. It's just we told them that they
also
do
can't be doing burnouts and donuts in
Yeah,
your
we already
parking
told them.
lot.
We told them twice.
Okay.
Alright, thank you. So the third time we were gonna actually call y'all. I got a video.
I'm strong stick shift, so you know.
I wish you would have hit me. I really wish you would have.
Nah, he said it's cool. We stay here.
This bitch ass cop right here. Hey, look, you guys can't. You guys.
Yeah, we know.
Hey,
That's why we're gonna. The tow trucks are coming.
He said we can be here.
My man from the door.
Get in my door. Get in my door.
You hit people? Back up now. You guys hit people?
Nobody got hit.
Bitch ass motherfucker. You hit people in the face. You want him in the face. You assaulted him. That white shirt don't suck my dick, nigga. That's what that shit.
Hey, bro, you're looking like a but you can't be different. Fuck out of here. Get arrested. You goofy as hell, nigga. That shit crazy.
What's up? What's up, bro? What's up? Where you been close to me, bro? What's up? What's up? My car. Huh?
Hey, look. Check it out.
That's cool. Me too.
When you open that door, you hit him right.
Okay.
But what if one of us did that to your dog? He was standing right there. He was standing right there doing nothing. You goofy as hell. And now you got your face in your head. Like,
Y'all goofy as hell, nigga. Goofy as hell. I get your badge number. 50. That's not your whole badge number. I know how this goes. But what's your badge number? What's your badge number? Dude, that's not the whole badge number. Can I get your whole badge number? Let's go.
How many times I gotta tell you? 57.
Definitely, bro. I know how that works, bro. Hey, you want to get sued, my nigga? You better give me that badge number. You hit my boy in the face, boy. Your ass is like a fucking egg yolk. You better get.
Cabeza de huevo, dumbass. Call your boss, idiot. We ain't leaving till your boss is
As soon as your boss come, I'm gonna tell him to put hands on my boy. Hey. Bill Gates looking ass motherfucker.
Huh?
You, motherfucker.
Hey, bro, back
Come here, now.
No, hell no.
Taser! Or what?
back the fuck up.
Who you talking to?
You can't take
Who you talking to?
What the
Back up!
We ain't doing shit. We ain't doing shit.
Back up now! Back up now!
You can't take
Back up!
You can't record this. You see that shit?
Get out of here.
Don't touch me, bro. What am I doing?
Hey, come back up. Get on.
Hey, bro, what the f***? You don't be putting hands on me.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Bro, I didn't do nothing. No, I didn't do it. I know my rights. Don't tase me.
Put your hands on your back, do it now! Put your hands behind your back, do it now! Aggravated battery!
I didn't do nothing.
This is enough, bro. I ain't doing shit.
I didn't do
You
nothing.
ain't in custody yet.
I got it. Keep paying 9 o'clock. Mine's back over there. Hey, car's over here. Point this one. He's turned right now. Where do you want, right here? Yeah, wherever. Put him in the squat. Go back page. Put in one of these going up. Check his pocket. Hey, quick, put him in the back real quick. Just gotta check his pocket.
Inside to the parade detail. Keep him down on Collins Street. Probably gonna be coming back.
You got anything else gonna stick me, poke me?
Yeah, let's take it now.
Go to sleep.
Joliet at all.
And all gone.
Units assigned to the parade detail. Keep them down on Collins Street. Probably going to be coming back.
10-4.
I sprayed one. Okay. Hey, Phil, why don't you guys head back down there because they're probably coming. Yeah.
Where do you think they're going?
Probably back to Collins Street.
Do I disregard the mirror with the roll then?
Yes. So as long as we're looking good here. Thank you, guys.
That's your boy then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all good, dog? I'm all good. Okay, all right. Appreciate it. No problem.
All right, so once again, we're in Illinois. So let's take a look at the laws based from this state and based on what we saw here. First, we have resisting or obstructing a peace officer. This is found at 720 ILCS, and that stands for the Illinois Compiled Statutes 5/31-1. And this law applies to someone knowingly resisting or obstructing a peace officer in the performance of their official duties. This can mean physical resistance or even refusing repeated lawful commands. And that's simply if it's time to go and the police say it's time to go and you fail to do so, you could be looking at this charge. The penalty is a Class A misdemeanor that carries up to 1 day short of 1 year in jail and a $2,500 fine. Now, if an officer is injured during this confrontation, it can be elevated to a Class 4 felony, and that carries between 1 and 3 years in prison. Here, we have a young man refusing to put his hands behind his back and pulling away after being tased, and that squarely fits under this statute. Number 2, reckless driving. This is found at 5/11-503. Reckless driving in Illinois means operating a vehicle with willful or wanton disregard for the safety of others or property. This includes doing burnouts, donuts, or excessive speeding in crowded areas. This is a Class A misdemeanor also. Now, if bodily harm occurs, it can escalate into a felony. So being a Class A, you're still looking at that 1 day short of 1 year in jail, a fine of up to $2,500. Number 3, aggravated battery. Now, this is a potential one. All right, we saw it was a big crowd, a lot of people moving around. It could happen. Now, this is found at 5/12-3.05. All right, this law says it applies when someone intentionally causes harm to an officer while they're on duty. This is a Class 2 felony. It carries between 3 and 7 years in prison. Now, understand that no aggravated battery charge was filed, but the crowds mentioned that someone was hit with a door. All right, that could have supported an aggravated battery charge if there's clear intent and resulting injury. All right, so with that, let's move into our next section, evidentiary standards, because they're still important, even if the police are dealing with crowd control and trying to empty a parking lot. Now, let's deepen our understanding how evidence works. There are 6 key levels of evidentiary standards in the law. Each one has a specific purpose and a threshold. Let's break them down clearly. First, you have mere suspicion. This is the lowest level. It's a vague hunch. Here, it's an officer's gut feeling that something isn't right. No action can legally be taken based on mere suspicion alone. A good example is an officer sees a crowd in the parking lot and just feels like trouble is brewing, but has no specific behavior to cite and tie an arrest to. That's simple, mere suspicion. Moving up a level to reasonable suspicion. All right, now we're getting into the action territory. All right, reasonable suspicion is based on specific and articulable facts that suggest that a crime may be occurring. It allows for a temporary stop or a also temporary detention for the police to investigate and find out if there is actually a crime happening. A good example is seeing someone spinning their tires and nearly hitting someone in a parking lot. That's reasonable suspicion to approach and investigate. Now, moving up one more level, we have probable cause. Now, this standard is needed to make an arrest or to go get a warrant from a judge. It means the officer has facts and evidence to believe it's more likely than not a crime has occurred and the suspect is involved. For example, a man refuses commands, he pulls away, he resists while officers try to detain him. That behavior provides probable cause for an arrest. Moving up one more level, we have preponderance of the evidence. All right, now remember, this is used mostly in civil cases, and it means that one side's evidence is more convincing and likely to be true than the others. It takes 51% of the evidence in your favor to win this type of case. Now, a good example is if the man who was tased sued for excessive force, he'd need to show it was more likely than not the officers acted improperly. And it will be up to the jury to decide whether he met that burden. Number 5, clear and convincing evidence. Now, this is a higher bar, and it's used in some civil cases, and it's used in administrative cases. This is where the evidence must be highly and substantially more probable to be true. That means it's going to take about 75% of the evidence in your favor to win this type of case. This is used mostly in child custody cases. As I said, administrative cases where a person's license is on the line. You also see it in certain fraud cases where someone's alleging that someone defrauded them. A good example is if someone claimed police acted with malicious intent, they need to present clear and convincing evidence of bias or misconduct. All right, and finally, number 6, beyond a reasonable doubt. This is the highest standard in the American justice system. This standard must be met for each element of a crime being brought against a person in order to obtain a conviction. Beyond a reasonable doubt simply means that no other reasonable alternative exists besides the guilt of the defendant. So basically, there must be no reasonable doubt in the minds of a rational juror. A good example is to convict the man here of resisting arrest. Prosecutors must show beyond a reasonable doubt that he knowingly obstructed the officers. And once again, there's a lot going on in the parking lot. It might be an easy one to prove, maybe not. Okay, let's move into our jury perspective next. Now let's step into our role as a juror. You've been watching this video unfold. You've seen the crowd, you hear the shouting, you see the officers deploy taser, you see a man fall, and you hear that telltale sentence we always hear, I didn't do nothing, over and over again. Your job is more than just listening to what someone said. It's to read the body language, the timing, and the tone. And this is also where intuition is going to come into play. So let me ask you a couple questions. First, does the man appear confused or does he appear defiant? Now, it does seem like many people there in that parking lot were quite defiant on that day. Next, did the officer seem in control or did he seem agitated? That's a good one. And number 3, was the crowd escalating the tension or were they trying to calm things down? I think that's another good one. All right, you must filter the facts through your human lens, through your life experience, through your gut feelings, and through your simple sense of fairness. So you have to ask yourself, here, did the officers go too far, or were they trying to prevent something worse? Would you feel safe doing the officer's job with that crowd there? Now, if you were part of the crowd, would you have complied, or would you have pushed back also? Law and human behavior don't always move at the same speed. That's why trials have juries and not just algorithms. Celebrations can be joyful, but when rules are ignored and law enforcement is called in, the legal system becomes part of the party. Here in Joliet, we saw the fine line between public fun and public disorder, and how one act of defiance can spiral into a criminal charge. Now let's carry this lesson with us. Know your rights, respect the rules, and use your intuition wisely in the street and in the courtroom. All right, so here's what I want to hear from you. Should the young man have been arrested? What level of evidence do you think the officers had in this situation? And let me hear from you with some comments about this whole situation below. You all tell me, guilty or not guilty? Like the video if you learned something, subscribe so you don't miss the next case, and share it with someone who needs to see the law in action. Remember, this is Advocacy Alchemy, and I am Professor Ross. I'll see you all tomorrow. Stay safe out there, and have a great day.